If you aren't financially stable, is it still reasonable to get married?
I think
That's
you
great.
can answer that one,
I do.
Josh.
I got some scripture for that one. First of all, ain't no pride in having a sugar mama or a sugar daddy. I'll say that. No, I think it's interesting when you think back to Pastor Jimmy Evans' message. You know, the trend over the last even 50 to 75 years has increased in that people used to get married a lot younger. And I don't think that's because they were much more financially stable. But now, the older you get, there's wisdom also in waiting, but there's also a lifestyle to sustain the longer that you're single. So the passage that came to mind for me was Ecclesiastes 4. It says, "Two are better than one because they have good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help them up, but pity the one who falls and has no one to help them up." Verse 11, "Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm." That doesn't have anything to do with the financial portion of it, but it's just a good one.
Right.
But I would say for that, it's easy to stay bound in the financial thing in terms of coming together and two becoming one and feeling the pressure of, I have to get my life together. I have to get things in order. There's truth to that to some degree. Katie and I got married in college, and I was far from having everything together. And so I would say the passage, Amos 3:3, that says, can two people walk together without agreeing on the direction? I would say, what's the direction of the financial story? When you need a car, how do you approach that? Is your perspective to go out and get a loan and get the car you want, and is her perspective to save up and buy a cash car? I would focus more on the story that God's writing and less on the completion of it. You don't have to have it all together. You just have to be willing to.
Yeah, that's great. And I mean, I think that we got married out. She was in college full time, and I was waiting tables. So we weren't financially stable, but I think that God sort of wrote that story together for us, and for others, you come in at different levels. So you're probably never going to be ready financially. Same question goes with children. You know, you jump in, and God's going to be faithful to meet you where you're at. You know, so.